This week I had a 100% win rate trading SPY options. I want to show you guys exactly how I was able to do this, but I also want you to understand that this is not normal. Normally you do not have a 100% win rate, guys. Normally for me it's closer to around 50, even sometimes lower, sometimes higher, but I try to shoot for around 50% honestly, with a good like 2, 3 to 1 risk to reward. But I want you guys to know that. So always trade with stops no matter what, and don't expect to always be right, guys. And I have the receipts for you guys to show you that I'm not bluffing. This week, was every single trade I took was an absolute winner. You guys can pause the video if you want, but there you go. There are the executions. So first trade I took this week. Let's get right into it. I have it highlighted already. Probably should have highlighted all of them, but hey, we'll have to maybe go through them. So as you can see, the first one I took this week, or I took this on Friday. We're going to go from Friday to Monday just backwards. I did not take a trade. I didn't take a trade on one of the days. I only took 4 trades. Sniper-like mentality, just waiting for my setup, executing, taking profits, and walking away. That's how I like to do it. Also, if you look at the execution chart, it's going to be a little bit different than how it looks on here just because my time frames are different. I put it on New York time when I'm trading just so I kind of be on, I feel like the biggest time frame. Almost my times match up with New York time, but I'm actually from the Midwest, so on my executions it's going to show Central time. So if it says 9:26, it's really going to be 10:26 on this chart, just so you guys can understand in case that makes you a little makes your eyes kind of double check things. But let's get into it. My execution was at 10:26 New York time, 9:26 on my execution tab. So why did I want to get in this trade? Here, I'll put it on the 5-minute just so you guys can see. We were bumping into this level pre-market many times. As you can see, we popped into it, we popped into it, we popped into it, we popped into it, we popped into it. So once we got over this level, to me, I wanted to trap bulls. I wanted to trap people going long and allow for a short to set up. So going to the 1 minute, we got above it, big moves above it. We put this little base right here. As you can see, once we got above it, we wicked below the base. Now I'm looking for the closest entry to the top, a wick above. Once we got up here, putting in the lower high essentially, risking off the top, a little above, just a little buffer room, risking around 40 cents to make 80 cents. That was the trade I took. As you can see, wicked it. Obviously right here we kept going, we wicked a little bit higher, but we weren't breaking the new highs, so I wasn't getting stopped out. I was able to cover into this area. So that was my first trade I took, or the trade I took today. Sorry guys, a little backwards. The trade I took today is around close to a 2-hour winner, but that was the trade I took today. It was a great trade. Really had no issues with it, as you can see. Just a great trade. It did even go lower later in the day, and then obviously it exploded up later in the day in the afternoon. But that was the trade I took today on Friday. So let's get into the trade I took on Thursday. This trade on Thursday right here. Let me just clear out this. So we had a big move up, as you can see. Big move up. Just no pullback in it at all. We get this big dump candle. This is now where I'm kind of looking. The bottom, the base of this. We get a little lower high setup. Then we break this base, so now I want to get a trade in and kind of risk a little bit above this prior top. Once we break these bottoms, so where the trade was, look at my executions real quick. It was at 10. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit off. It was at 10:16 is when I took this trade. So I took this trade into the pop right here, into this little pop. I'll circle it for you guys just so you guys can see. And I sold into this dump over here around 11:30. Yeah, right here. This dump over here. So obviously wasn't able to hold out for the full move that I was expecting. I mean, I missed the bottom a little bit, but hey, you just captured decent trades. So I took it right here. Took puts again. Last trade I also I took puts. Very similar setup. Run up, breaking the base, retest, risk off the highs. Obviously you can see it wicked it, but it didn't go completely through. I had my stop set. It probably was set like right here, I'm assuming, on the option. Obviously, I'm trading at the money, so it's a little bit different, but It didn't break it, because you always have to give it a little bit of buffer room in case it does want to just test it real quick. Didn't break it. I think it was pretty close getting stopped out. And we got that big dump candle. We dumped over here. We went a little bit lower, and then we finally bounced. That's where I took profits, though. Guys, the same exact setup if you look very closely. So let's look into it on, that was the 10th. On the 9th, actually, I didn't even take a trade. So I'm going to increase this because I actually don't. I normally just have it down to just a 1 day, 1 minute. But so on the 9th, I actually didn't even take a trade. And then on the 8th, let's get right into it. On the 8th, which is right here. Right here, as you can see, I took a trade at 10. It's going to show at 10. It's 9 on the executions, guys. Sorry. I probably shouldn't have it that I don't have it on the same time zones, but just the way I trade, guys. So what was I looking at? Guys, this level right here, we get the big dump just straight through it. As you can see, big dump, big dump. We come in, we set the lower high, these were calls, so we set in the higher lows, sorry guys, I don't know why I'm stuttering on this. We have this little top right here, so there's a little base. Once we break it, to me signifying trend, we get the big dump, we get the little top, we break it, and then we move up, we come back into it, into this area, as you can see, into this area, into this zone. I take the trade, and I sell into these prior tops right here. And the execution on the sell was around 10:07. So it was like it was right here, actually, was the sell. So took that trade, pretty just in the money most of the time. Obviously came back real quick right here. But it was just a good trade, decent trade. Once we got that, once we broke this top, I kind of knew, hey, bullish action. And man, do I regret not holding this trade? Obviously, it had massive moves, but massive moves down. Just been a very volatile market. So that was my third trade of the week. And then let's go to Monday. Right here, guys. That last trade was calls, just so you guys can remember. And this trade will also be calls. This trade was at 10:09 New York time. Right here. What was I seeing on this trade? I think once these lows, not every trade I take off the 1 minute as well, so sorry guys if I'm kind of confusing you a bit. But what did I see on this trade, right? What did I see? We came, we broke. I think once we broke these highs right here, this top high, as you can see, we kind of broke it. We came back, we dipped down into this level. I bought in, and I sold into the big push up at this right here, at this 10:15 candle, which is right here. Let me zoom it in for you guys just so you guys can see a little better. Bought right here, sold right here. It was a good week. I was seeing price action good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was just a really good week. Everything kind of panned really well. And there's really nothing I could say about it. I mean, it was just a phenomenal week. And guys, if you want to learn how to trade like this, just keep following me, keep subbing to me, just keep liking the videos. I'll just keep posting content. I'll be posting my trades, my daily recaps. Kind of use this as a journal for me. It just makes me a better trader. And guys, just keep up the love. Please follow me, please sub, as you guys know, and hope you have a great day.